and put it on Facebook in 2016 and said he was starting a motorcycle club. Now, he is on a watch list because he's been to prison. For 18 years of my life, he was in prison. So that right there puts him on a watch list just for that alone. But then he was also a biker member. He was a member of a biker club. And so he was on this watch list. I didn't know. I didn't know any of that. And the people that tried to get me taken down knew that too. Knew that I didn't know that. They knew that. I never seen that post until 2021. So he makes the motorcycle club, and he labels me as his vice president. And he's all drugged up, drinking, drugs, everything, the whole nine. He's on at the time of making this mess. But the people that wanted to take me down got a hold of that and put that in with the emails. They needed me to look like a gang member so that they could get a charge on me. And then I would do way more time than I should have if they got a charge on me because I was in a gang. By their terms. Not because I was in a gang, but because they said I was in a gang. And they created that. They created that whole idea back in 2010 when they labeled me as a gang member from the music band I listened to. I mean, it's unbelievable. I can't make this up. So then 2021 comes around and I get pulled over, which was a lie. The reason why they pulled me over was a lie. I didn't know that this stuff was even in the car, but I took the charge for it because I was dumb. And I was using drugs at the time, too. But I was dumb, and they made it sound so good. Oh, this is all you'll get. It won't mess with your license, you know. This because I agreed to it. I was dumb. I should have fought it, but I knew how big of a deal that would turn into if I fought it. So they're like, yeah, your probation, you might get it. Won't mess with your license, blah, blah, blah. It's a misdemeanor, blah, blah, blah. Okay. But I didn't know what their agenda was behind closed doors, what they wanted to do with that. So I get put on probation for a year. I get put on special probation for a year. I go in front of a judge at the time to get put on the special probation who used to be an attorney of mine. If I'm right, that's conflict of interest. I should have never went in front of him. The attorney that I had for it was the same attorney as the girl who was also a part of trying to set me up. She ended up being some type of FBI informant, and I didn't know. I didn't know. So when I call them out, what they're doing is they're coming to Jody's house where I'm staying to get drugs off of other people, every time off someone else. But if they made that look like a clubhouse, like a biker house, they could get it taken down as one, and then I would still be labeled this biker from a post I didn't even know. But I see what they're doing, because every time these drugs would get picked up by somebody, for somebody else, they would message me on Facebook and thank me for getting them dope. And I'm like, why are you thanking me? I didn't get you anything. What are you doing right now? And a red flag started going off there. So then, the same guy a couple times wanted to come get dope. I didn't know at the time, but he ended up being a whole ass informant. The last time, though, he asked me if I would be his main dealer. And I'm like, no. Well, no, in my mind, I'm like, no, but I'm going, yeah, man. He's like, I want you to get all my stuff for me. I'll give you all the money you want, all the drugs you want. He needed me to say yes so that the next time they did a deal with me, I would go down. At the same time, my dad being an ex-club member for a biker club, that biker club suspiciously moves into town. When I'm not at the house, they're coming to the house and trying to get him to prospect with them. If that would have worked the way they wanted it to, it would have got taken down, and they would have just showed that to a judge. Like, look, he's in this gang, clear as day, right here. And they would know, they knew the whole time it was fake. It was false. I call him out on Facebook. I called two people in particular out on Facebook. Female probation officers, which I didn't know at the time the one was an actual FBI agent or whatever. I didn't know that. But I called them out on Facebook and said that they are using email accounts to try to set people up, because I had seen a girl, I was taking methadone at the time, I don't know more, but this girl that I talked to at the methadone clinic told me what was going on. And I was like, oh, that makes sense, you know? So I go back home, and right when I get home, that guy, the taxi guy, asked me all them questions about being his main dealer. I go in the house and I say, Jody, how can I put something out like that, without actually hurting anybody that might not be involved? And he said, just say you think. You think that this is what's going on, and you're wondering about it. And that's exactly what I did. After calling them 2 probation officers out, already